PhD graduates such as Dr. Dre, Dr. Octopus, and Dr. Strange. So we are running a study here at the moment, a new study. Myself and Julian Ong are the lead researchers on this study. Now at our uni we do a number of different supplement studies, so looking at novel ingredients or products that can potentially help athletes perform better, drop fat or improve health. Now in this study we're aiming to investigate a number of ingredients that we think could be potentially involved with enhancing fat loss. And instead of running a study which would typically take these ingredients orally, we've actually formulated these ingredients into some creams in which they're going to be applied transdermally, so onto the thigh, to see if these ingredients can be basically absorbed through the skin to have a local action on the subcutaneous fat layer underneath the skin. So this is what one of our product blends looks like. So the Omega title on the top, that's just basically a code. So we're investigating two different blends, Omega and Gamma, and that's basically just so that we as the researchers and the participants are blinded, so we don't actually know what product is Gamma or Omega, and the participants won't know either, so it protects basically from bias, and basically allows us that when we're publishing the results we can have a lot of confidence in the data and in the conclusions, because we as the researchers couldn't have our own preconceptions on what product we think might work better and what sort of effects they might have, but blinding basically takes that out of the picture. So in terms of the study protocol, each participant gets 2 product blends, and they're going to be applying each product to both of their thighs every day, twice a day. And over 8 weeks, we're going to monitor the overall changes in body fat, and we're going to do that via DEXA scan, and you would have saw some of the footage of us running the DEXA scans on one of our participants. And secondly, we're going to look at the change in subcutaneous fat thickness of the thigh using ultrasound, and you'll see some of that footage too. Basically, we're rubbing, it's actually using this machine here. A small bit of gel is applied onto this device, and then it's rubbed across the landmarks, and this gives us a clear picture on this monitor, in which we can very accurately measure the size of the subcutaneous fat layer. And if the products work, what we'll be expected to see is that 8 weeks later we see a reduction in the size or the thickness of that subcutaneous fat. So we've got 20 participants in the study, and we chose 20 because there was a number of studies that have been previously published that also used 20 participants, and that was justified as an allowable sample size to detect the differences that we're looking to find. So with the coding of the products, this is basically the code, so what name relates to each of the 2 product blends. That's actually kept by someone independent, so someone that has nothing to do with the study. So we'll basically be analysing the effects for Gamma and Omega, and then we actually won't find out what sort of product is Gamma or Omega until after all the data has been collected, it's all been analysed, and we've basically written up most of the paper, and then we'll go and get the code, and they'll say, okay, Omega was X product, Gamma was Y product, and then we'll finally be able to basically conclude which was the better product, if any, and what sort of effects did those products cause on fat loss. One of the participants is in the DEXA lab now. Each scan takes roughly 7 minutes, and we actually are performing 3 DEXA scans on each person. there's been a lot of criticism about some of the sort of reliability of DEXA scans. So we've chosen to do 3 scans for each person, basically back-to-back scans, so that we can show that the error margin between the scans is extremely small, and therefore we can be quite confident in the readings that the DEXA scan are giving. So we've got some of the DEXA scan data here, and I'll just show you basically some of the numbers that we're going to be looking at. So here we have the tissue fat for the lower body, the legs. We'll be looking to see how that changes over the 8 weeks when using the products, and to complement what we're seeing with the ultrasound subcutaneous fat thickness measurement. Essentially what we're trying to look at is spot reduction or localized fat loss. And most of the research suggests that it doesn't really happen in most scenarios. For example, there's a lot of studies which have looked at direct ab training to see if it can compartmentally attack the body fat around the midsection, and it just doesn't really seem like it happens. But we've had a number of sports athletes come through the lab and be measured on the ultrasound. Now, these sport athletes specifically are engaging in team sports like soccer or football, where they're using one side of their body a lot more than the other side. And it's very clear in some situations that we can see that the subcutaneous fat is just far less on the dominant leg that they're using a lot in performance in games compared to the non-dominant leg. So that would give the impression that potentially maybe there is something to spot reduction, or at least localized fat loss. And I just wonder if those changes, perhaps they take a little bit longer to happen or to be observed compared to sort of some of the short-term studies which have looked at spot reduction, which have lasted 4 to 6 weeks or whatnot. So I'm not totally sure what's going to happen, but I guess that's why we do the study. But I'm very keen to collect this data and run the numbers and see what we can find, because if it did work, this would be of great value for athletes, because it would give them a relatively easy means to directly attack some of the stubborn body fat areas that they've previously had difficulty getting in shape or leaning down. Alright, so Gavin should be finishing his 3rd DEXA scan in the next few minutes. They'll bring him down and we'll start doing the ultrasound measurements. So these are the 2 products they're going to be using for the 8 weeks.
Yep.
So we've got Gamma here. This goes on right thigh.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Omega, that goes on left thigh. Don't worry about what the names refer to, that's just a code. I don't even know which product's which, someone else is holding that. That's just basically so we don't have any expectations of like what product might work better than the other, or what the product is or whatnot. So morning and night, you're going to apply 5 grams of each.
Yeah, cool.
So when you wake up in the morning, have your shower.
Mm-hmm.
When you dry off, 5 grams of Gamma onto the right thigh, and you split it across those 2 marks that are on your thigh. Right?
Yep.
So obviously that mark's going to fade. So when it fades, just top it up, so you can make sure that the product's going on exactly sort of the right spot. For when we remeasure with the ultrasound, it's going to be on the exact marks again. Right? And then 5 grams of Omega on the left. Then in the evening shower, just repeat that process again, 5 grams on each. So you're going to use 10 grams of each product on each leg over the day. Cool. Once you've applied with one leg, just wash your hands with water and soap before doing the next leg, just so there's not any contamination of one going into the next, so that they're completely separated between the 2 legs. Apart from that, fairly simple study. You've already sent me your diet and your training data for week 0. We're going to redo that at week 4, and then final time at week 8, and we do the last testing. That's basically just so that we can show that your training and diet has stayed relatively the same over the 8 weeks. So when we publish this in a journal, if we do see some effects, people can't say, oh, well, maybe that effect is only because they changed their diet or they changed their training. It's not actually the effect of the products itself. Cool?
Sweet.
Got post lab brekkie going down. This will also be a pre-training meal. We're going to hit the gym around 30-45 minutes. So I've just got the salted caramel and I think it's candied pecan pancakes with a bit of mascarpone. And then for protein, I'm just going 2 of these cranked protein drinks that have 20 grams of protein in each. Macros estimated for this meal at 51 protein, 25 fat, and 113 grams of carbs. So haven't eaten anything today. I was up at 5 a.m. and all I've had is a Monster, and it is 10 now, so absolutely starving. So we're gonna get straight into this, and then I'll give you a quick rundown of what we're gonna hit in the gym. Brekkie is complete. That was a strong 9.01 on the pancakes from Little Way in Netherlands. We're gonna go head to the gym now. We're gonna hit Revo Claremont for a change. We got an arm workout planned. We were planning to do legs, but Gavin's in a moon boot, so we're gonna do arms instead. And again, still working up my training volumes. It's not gonna be not taking things to failure. I think we're looking at roughly 22 or 23 sets for arms, biceps and triceps combined. Again, with a bunch of supersets, just so we can keep the session to a pretty high intensity, pretty low rest time, so we can smack it out pretty quickly. So we'll catch you guys in the gym.
Reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what?
Alright, arm workout is a wrap. On week 4 of the new mesocycle, so intensity starting to build up now, set volume starting to build up now as well. Can notice the pumps are a little bit more significant as well. Just notice the intensity feels like it's really starting to build, and the workouts are feeling a little bit harder too. So I'm gonna go, it's 12:30 now, only had 1 meal for the day so far, so I'm gonna go hit a post-workout meal at home. I'll take you guys through that. I'll also document basically all the meals I eat for the rest of the day, so you can get a look at my full day of eating, because I know a number of you guys have been dropping comments and wanting that video to happen. I've got a bunch of work to handle at home too, and a couple of little errands, so I'll do my best to get that on film too. So yeah, follow on for the rest of the day. Alright, we are back home and we've got a post-workout meal going down. Pretty freaking hungry, so this meal is quite sizable. I'll give you a look. So we got here in this bowl 250 grams of rice, 200 grams of meat. I've got mostly chicken, but I ran out of chicken, so there's a bit of steak there. Then I've got 180 grams of air fried white potato. I've got a bit of salad there for health, and orange there. And then for sauce, I'm just going to use a little drizzle of this honey soy garlic. And then to drink, my favorite, well, one of 2 favorite drinks alongside Dr. Pepper would be Cherry Coke. I got the international hook up there for Cherry Coke finally. So very happy that I can now drink that without having to pay an arm and a leg for shipping. So gonna get this down, then I'm gonna shower up and handle some work, and I'll keep you guys following along. Oh, nectar of the gods. And if someone can tell me why drinking drinks with a straw makes them taste better, please let me know in the comments. Thought I'd take you guys through a little unboxing from the box I got from, just sent out from Japan Crate. It literally just arrived. That's pretty sick actually. Yeah, Yeah, probably cut my address off so it's not shown. Alright, let's have a look what's in there. Oh boy. Damn. Some brochures. We've got, so this is basically a full box of Japanese snacks straight from Tokyo. Or we've got a Japan Pepsi. I can really tell I'm gonna be down with that. Oh, that is dope. So we got potato chips, but it's a collab with Evangelion, the anime. For the OGs, they'll know who Evangelion is and the series there. Sick. We've got mint cream Oreos. Never say no to Oreos. These, I can't work out. I see bourbon written on them, but I have a feeling it's probably not bourbon flavored. Looks like a chocolatey wafer stick or something like that. We got soda bubble candy. We have some Pokemon soda gum. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Oh, yes. Cola flavored Demon Slayer jellies. That is sick. I don't know if I'll be able to eat these, man, because they're sort of like collector's items. So I want to keep them on my shelf or something. We have got, man, this is actually a sick box. We've got Pikachu style Doritos is what it feels like. Feels like some sort of chip, but there's no English on there whatsoever. Still want to eat it, but got some sort of Japanese lolly. We've got jellies. I don't know what this is. It's got a ninja on the front though, so it's got to be good. We've got another, some sort of lolly, something, it says sour paper, not sure what that means, maybe a sour strap, some, looks like Shiba gum, and then, oh god, I don't know what that is. It says cola chewing gum. It looks like there's a asshole or a tit in the picture. We have to do some investigation onto what these are. Oh, we got a couple more. A couple little jellies. And then, yeah, another piece of gum. So, oh, get this. Absolutely wicked box from Japan Crate. So they send these out monthly, I think. So you can basically subscribe to them and then they'll send you out each month's pack. But that is absolutely sick. I'm keen to try some of these. In other news this week, I also picked up the, if that focuses, the G-Shock Dragon Ball Z collab. I don't know if that's focusing. But basically this is the timepiece here. Let's have a closer look. Focus, focus. There we go. The detail on this is mad cool. You can see over on the left, on the watch face, they've even got the 4-star Dragon Ball, which was the first one that Goku had. So yeah, I'm in love with this piece. I feel like it's super clean. It was just extremely limited release. And they actually sold out in 45 seconds. So thankful that I played a fair bit of video games in my time. So I had the trigger fingers ready to refresh that bitch to make sure I was first in line and wasn't missing it. So very happy to have secured that. Alright, I'm gonna go shower because I still haven't cleaned up yet. I'm a dirty boy. And then I'm probably gonna handle some work. And next time we chat will probably be for the next meal, but we'll see how we go. Peace. Alright, we got meal 3 going down. I ended up just taking a nap. I absolutely crashed out. Early start, pretty tired. Probably need to get on top of my sleep a little bit better. No anime binges late night. Alright, so this meal we got from Macros. We've got the Mongolian noodle bowl, bit of veg, beef, noodles, these tasty little sucker sauces on top, and then just got a little yogurt. So I'm behind on work, so I'm going to smash out some emails now, try and get back to all my clients, and then I've got boxing in 1.5 hours, so I'm under the pump a bit. So gonna get this down, work at the same time, and then I might try and get some stuff at boxing, but we'll see how we go. Alrighty, on my way to boxing now. It is 5:30. To be honest, I feel cooked right now, and I really don't feel like going to training, but I was able to get on top of my client emails and whatnot this afternoon, which was good. But yeah, really not in a massive mood to go train for an hour and a half, but mama didn't raise no bitch, so we're gonna go do it anyway. Probably won't be able to film much for you at boxing just because I don't have my video boys with me, but I'll definitely catch you after the session for dinner and whatever I get up to tonight, which probably won't be much because I'm tired as hell. Right. Back from boxing, got dinner meal going down. Hadn't had anything for around 3 hours, so eating straight away as soon as I get home. I'll show what I'm having. We've got the Macros seared steak meal. Then I've added a little bit extra veg, something like 50 protein, 50 carbs, and 10 fat here from memory. And then I've got a Vegemite scroll, which is roughly like 320 calories. And then this Cottee's no sugar or low sugar lime, which is pretty good too. Just gonna get this down because I'm starving and energy levels feel low. Gonna watch some Naruto while I'm at it, and then I'll catch you for the last meal. Right, last meal going down for the night. It is 10:15. Got 80 grams of oats, 2 scoops of the Bulk Nutrients Protein Matrix, some raspberries, and a tablespoon of peanut butter. So I'm gonna get that meal down and then probably just gonna shut it down for the night because I've got another 5 AM start in the lab with another 4 participants that we're getting started in the study. So boy needs his sleep. If you liked the video, please let me know in the comments. Really loving you guys sort of when you're watching, taking a little grab on Instagram and popping up on your story. It really helps sort of get some exposure to the channel because I do put a fair bit of effort into these videos because I want to educate, but I also want it to be fun and entertaining as well. So I really, really appreciate any support that you guys can show towards the channel. Alright, I'm going to shut it down, get this meal down, get some sleep. Peace.